everybody, it's Stephen and Walter in the land of Oz once again, and recap of what we did today, and then some videos of various things along the road day, whatever we did. So let's start off with my terrible night and my terrible nightmares. And you may ask what that was all about. Well, I think I did mention that we're having a little problem with our President's Choice MasterCard, that suddenly it was frozen and we couldn't use it. And Walter has one as well, but they're on sort of a joint account. So, you know, it's two cards, one account kind of a thing. So there we are. Now we have other credit cards with us and they work, but I was very PO'd to say the least about it, because you know on the back of your credit card it tells you if you have a problem with the card, they give you two numbers to call. One is a North American number for United States and Canada, and is usually a toll-free number that you call if you're in Canada or the United States. The other one is for overseas. If you're not in Canada or the United States, they have a number that you call collect. Okay, that sounds all easy enough to do. No, not with our phones. We don't know if it was the phones themselves, the SIM cards. We looked up on the internet how to make a long distance, how to make a collect call. It's telling you to dial 00 to get the international operator, and then, you know, that, no, nothing out of that. I tried calling with all of the numbers, meaning, you know, you were to put in
there's like a number that you're supposed to put in to get outside of Australia.
Yeah.
0011.
Plus the country code, which is 1 for Canada and the United States. And then, of course, the rest of the number.
Yeah, that's if you phone direct.
Yeah.
Right? So actually, just to test it out, I phoned my sister's number and I got through to her number. She didn't pick it up, but I went to her answering machine. And so I know that connected okay.
Yeah.
So,
but we couldn't get it to connect no matter what. Now, in the meantime, I did send a long, lengthy email to MasterCard telling them what my problem was and all of this. I got a canned message back that essentially said, oh, we're sorry for the inconvenience. We can't do anything in this format, in email format or whatever. You need to give us a call, and here are the numbers to call. And they're exactly the same two numbers on the back of the card.
Yeah, and I tried it several ways, and there was one time I was able to get through, and it rang, and then all of a sudden it was as if it was picked up, and all I heard was beep, 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 and
yeah,
that was it.
And I got the same thing. So we're thinking, all right, is it a problem with MasterCard? Which I wouldn't doubt it was. Or is it a problem because we're in Australia and we have these SIM cards, and the SIM cards come from a company called
Telstra, which is basically your AT&T of Australia, or your Bell Canada of Australia.
So I looked up the locations. Well, first of all, I looked up a number you could call them if you're having problems. Well, basically, it said that their technical support was open from 7 a.m. or something in the morning, and then there are other ones which, you know, you get a selection of stuff that never fits your need, of course. So, but they didn't open late. Well, this was at about 7 o'clock this morning because I couldn't sleep last night. Because I'm having these horrible dreams about the fact, you know, I'm thinking, oh my God, in my dreams, all of my cards don't work. I'm stranded in Australia. My bank account has been emptied by scammers, and my identity has been stolen. And it was a half dream and half waking thoughts. You know how that happens in your mind. Well, and Walter had got away. He left, of course. Run away, run away.
Stranded him.
Yeah, run away, run away. So I woke up, well, I didn't sleep that well because all these things turned into my mind. Now, you know, my logical mind was saying this to me. Okay, fine. You know your other cards are working, that we have.
And not only that, you logged on to the account and you saw no weird charges.
Yeah,
or anything
no weird charges. So I know nobody had gotten my account numbers or anything like that. You know, so, you know, we'll just give it a while. Breathe. I mean, if on the rest of the trip we have to use the other cards as opposed to that one, the only reason I'm using that card is because it's easy for me to track expenses with it, the way I have my accounts set up and everything, but I can survive, and I will survive. However, it still bothers me because when it comes to finances, I am very much kind of like an accountant. Okay, in fact, that's what I was going to be one time in my life. I thought before I decided to be an English teacher, I thought I might be an accountant. But anyways, so back to the story. I called their number, this Telstra, and I got, of course, immediately got, your call's important to us. The average wait time per call right now is 12 minutes. Please stay on the line. And then they play music. Well, I knew this was going to go nowhere anyways, but I sat there for almost 16 minutes listening to music, and I finally said, okay, screw this. So I did find that there was a location, a Telstra store, not far from us, in a mall actually, that we walked around quite a bit today anyways, about 12 minutes away walking. So I said to Walter, well, let's go over there. You know, they opened at 9 o'clock. So we got over there, and it wasn't quite open yet, so it wasn't quite 9 o'clock, and there were a couple of other people, and I kind of said, are you kind of cute for this store? And they said, yeah, and I said, okay, fine. And, you know, again, if this had been where we live in Canada, people wouldn't have cared if there was other people standing there in a line. They would have started standing somewhere else, and as soon as the store opened up, they'd be in there. But not these people. They were all waiting their turn. And we started a conversation with a couple of gentlemen in the line. Actually, they started it with us, and very friendly conversation, and I was talking about the problem we were having, and the guy says, oh yeah, you know, this. And I says, well, I'm trying to figure out, all I want to ask them in there is, can I get a hold of an overseas operator to make your collect call to Canada? And the guy says, well, there is a way to do that, he says, on your cell phone. He says, and he said, like, I think, he says it's 00. And I said, tried that. It didn't work. He says, well, that kind of figures. So anyways, we get in, and there's a guy in the store. And the way this company operates is basically they have consultants. And that's why people line up, because it's like you don't have an appointment, but once all the consultants are busy, they take you to a little booth. I guess it's that people buy these products. It's kind of like,
I think they work on commission or something.
Yeah,
like
they sell you not only like SIM cards, but they sell you home phone lines and internet, internet and all this kind of stuff. Anyways, the guy was letting us all in and that. I said to him, okay, just have a quick question. I'm trying to phone collect overseas, but I dial 00, and I said, I'm not getting anything. And I said, is that because the card that I have, the SIM card, is there a restriction on it or something? He goes, no. He said, well, I can't really help you because that's really to do with the cell system kind of a thing, not what they do or whatever. But he says, I can give you a number you can call. Well, that number he gave me to call was the one I had called and waited like 16 minutes online for. And I said, okay, thank you. But in the meantime, Walter did some exploring on his version of our card, and you found...
Well, yeah, I have a login for my own card, and it came up when I first logged in that said your card was locked. And then I had to go through a whole pile of verification steps and stuff like that. And then after I did that, I was allowed in and I could see my charges, right? And the charges all looked okay, and I logged back off. But then the next time I logged in, it didn't say it was locked anymore. So...
And you also adjusted, they have now it's working. It wasn't working before. I discovered this morning it was working, where you can go into the app and set it up and say, yeah, I'm traveling outside of my country from this date to this date, and this is where I'm traveling to. I tried that yesterday, and it would not. It says, oops, something went wrong. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, with this company that we're dealing with, their systems for stuff, they're dealing through another banking system. They're not actually a bank. So it's a credit card for a company, like a store, right? And so they don't seem to their online systems don't always work.
No, but mind you, after what Walter just told you, makes it sound like they're a fly-by-night company. They're not. They're one of the biggest companies
They're
in
one
Canada.
of the biggest companies in Canada, yeah. But
They own the Loblaws Corporation, which is all these different food chains, grocery store chains, plus all kinds of other things.
they own a major drugstore
Yeah, Shoppers.
group. At one point in time, they owned what's the name of the store in London, England?
Oh, they at one time they owned Selfridges.
Yeah, Selfridges in England.
Yeah.
And so this is a fairly big corporation, but I have found, or we have found, problems with their services in the past.
Their customer service sucks. Major.
So anyway, I tried phoning their numbers. I couldn't get them to work, but I did log in, and I had that one problem. And
So we were able to update that we were on.
oh yeah, and I
trip.
put in it on mine too that we were on a trip.
Yeah. So, anyways, we decided, okay, we're going to go over to this Telstra store, they've said, and in the meantime,
So then after the Telstra store, we went to a place for breakfast,
yeah,
and I paid with the my card,
yeah, to
and
see
it
if
worked okay.
It worked okay. And then there was a couple other things when we were walking after we had Brekkie there, and we're walking around the mall. And this is not this is a huge mall, and you'll see it in the video. It's called Pacific Fair. I bought a couple of little things that I wanted. Oh, I have to get the couple of little things that I bought and tell you about
Yeah,
them.
well,
But-
when he bought the couple of little things that he got that he's going to get, he used his card and it worked fine.
It worked fine.
And we've been using it all day and it's been working fine.
Yep,
so.
and you've been using it with our Apple
Pay.
Pay of that. So we looked at and all of the pending charges. We had quite a few pending charges. You know how they put those up first on your credit card bill and until whatever they do, and then it's authorized and they post it to the account. Well, I had a lot of those there from over the last few days. And I'm thinking that maybe what the problem was is just simply it was a long weekend. I didn't think that affected these kind of companies because I thought that a lot of it was computerized and just did automatic things. Maybe not, because all those pending charges now have been authorized and posted.
Yeah, but
as well.
they rely on the Canadian banking system.
Yeah,
And even on your big banking, even our regular bank accounts, they never operate on the weekend.
no. So maybe that was the problem. Plus, combination of being over. All I know is I am relieved and I am happy, and I hope everything from here on in goes fine with all of that. I mean, it's not like we would be stranded like in my nightmare or for anything with that, because we have other sources of income that we can, and money in that we can tap into. It's just not really convenient, you know, when you're in a foreign country kind of a deal. Things work different when you go there. But anyways, that crisis is over, okay? Hopefully, and everything is tickety-boo, as they say. But when we were out in this big shopping mall, and this shopping mall has got like, you name it. If you want high end, they had Louis Vuitton. They had Christian Louboutin.
Louboutin.
Sorry, Nadine, we're probably bastardizing the French language
Yeah,
there.
and then they had Tiffany's, they had
Prada.
all the high-end stores.
Gucci.
And that was like one section of the mall, but then they had regular stores all throughout the mall
Yeah.
too. So
And-
it was a little bit for everybody.
Yeah, so we spent a fair amount of time in there walking around looking at things. And
They even had two major grocery chain stores,
Yeah.
grocery stores in the mall, and things like that. So it had a huge variety of things there.
but while we were there, I bought two little, they're so fluffy.
Steve went to a toy store.
I went to a toy store and I got these guys. Aren't they cute? They're so fluffy. Oh, they're so, feel how soft, how soft, how soft, how soft. Give them a big kiss. Mwah. Yes. Oh, koala loves Wally. Here, big kiss. But aren't they cute little guys? My little kangaroo. So I got a little kangaroo to bring home. Actually, I have a kangaroo at home that was a puppet. What'd you do with yours? You got a koala puppet
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
right. I'm not sure where. I think I've got it in my room somewhere.
Well, that's you'll never find that. Yeah, so I got this. They're not puppets.
I thought I had a bat.
Oh yeah, I think you got a bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, fruit bat. Yeah, you are what you eat. Aren't they cute though? Look at the little face on those little feet. I'll sleep with them tonight. So yeah. Yeah. When I was a little kid, I didn't have any stuffed animals. I'm making up for it now.
Yeah, I didn't really have any. I had a Smurf.
I had a little dog, and there's only one little picture of that little stuffed little dog in my baby picture. I'm holding it. And what happened was, I think I got it at Christmas. I think I was 2 years old or something, or 18 months or something. And my grandparents had given it to me, I guess. I don't remember the thing. And my parents were out shopping, and my father had me in the stroller, and I had my little dog with me. But my father, for some reason, didn't realize it was my little dog. And he went by a bunch of things in the toy department of this store, and he looked down, and I had my little dog, I guess, in my hands. And he said, "Oh, Stephen, no, you've got to put that back because there happened to be a rack of little stuffed animals." He took my little dog and put it back on the store. Later, I guess I didn't put up a fuss. I didn't say anything like, "Hey, get rid of the damn thing. I don't like it." And my mother said later, "Where's Stephen's dog?" My father said, "What dog?" She says, "He had it with him, his little stuffed dog his grandparents gave him for Christmas." And my father said, "Oh." He said, "I didn't know that was his. I thought he'd snatched it off his shelf and I put it back." Well, doggy gone forever. So I have been traumatized.
You should have said gave you a replacement one.
Yeah, well, I guess I wasn't that upset about it, but I think I was. I have been traumatized. I was in deep shock. Not anymore. You're so good. So, okay, enough of that. All right, so yeah, we did the mall and everything, and then Walter hurt me. He made me walk. How many miles did we walk today? How many kilometers did we walk today? You said 12 something?
It's 13.
13 kilometers. We walked 13 kilometers a day. We walked from where we are here at this end of the Gold Coast, practically to the end of the Gold Coast city.
We went to Surfer's Paradise.
Were we in Surfer's Paradise?
Yeah.
And down there is a, I guess their tallest building. And on the 77th floor, there's an observation floor kind of a thing. So it cost us about...
Yeah, it's called the Sky Point Observation Deck.
And it was what, $36 a piece to go up. We had been up there before the last time we were here. I kind of remembered it and kind of don't. Anyways, we decided, what the heck, we're here. Let's go and look up. And I've got lots of pictures of what things look like from up there. Even have a bonus shot of the two guys hanging on the outside of the building cleaning the windows as well. They just kind of dropped in while we had a little snacky. We had some nachos and a couple of beers, and sat right there in the windows looking out over it. And Walter didn't once throw up or turn green.
Yeah, considering I have fear of heights. Actually, if I feel safe and enclosed, I don't have a big problem. But I was sitting right up against the window.
Yeah, he was sitting up the window. I kept tapping it, see if it would crack. Didn't. In fact, when those guys came down,
Actually,
I thought,
Steve threw a beer on me. So.
Well, I didn't really throw it on him. I got so excited with of the possibility that Walter might fall out the window that I accidentally dumped my beer on him. I knocked it with my hand. It got a few little splashes. It wasn't like it just gushed all over.
Well, half your beer ended up on me.
It wasn't half my beer because there was less than half left in that bottle. So anyways, what a waste of beer. So we did that, and this lady came over who was serving us the nachos, brought them down to our table. You have to remember here, you go up and order your food, and then you give them your table number, and then they'll bring it down to you, or they give you a pager, or they go, "Hey, your phone's ready, pick it up," kind of a thing. This lady came down, and she pointed out some things we could see from that spot where we were sitting.
That was really nice of her.
Yeah, that was, but this is what they are like. They are just really nice. And she pointed out some stuff about schools. I'm not sure why, because
I think what she was pointing out is that a lot of the big buildings here, they're sort of beginning to take up all the land. They're like building these huge skyscrapers all the way along the coast, and it's like they're taking every available piece of land and building a skyscraper on it. And there are certain pieces of land that she was pointing out that they haven't been able to acquire to build places on, and a couple of them are owned by schools.
Yeah.
So and they haven't given up their property to do that.
And I think this is her hometown,
Yeah.
too, is what she said. And I think one of those schools she actually went to
Yeah.
as well. But I said to her, okay, so these schools are located right on the water, kind of a thing, or very close to it. I said, so is that all part of the curriculum? Like that? She says, oh, yeah, they're taken out as toddlers, taught how to surf. And
They have a little club called the Little Nippers.
yeah, the Little Nippers.
And they meet on Sundays or whatever, and they do like beach activities.
Yeah, and stuff like that. And I think they teach them too how to surf and do stuff like surfing is big here and whatnot. So that was really kind of interesting. No charge on that. But anyway, so we were there for a little while, and so we left there and walked all the way back. And I think I mentioned this yesterday in the video, but I have more video of it today.
I mean, we're doing a lot of walking. There is actually public transit,
Yeah,
so you could take back and forth. But we've been walking.
We've been walking, yeah, but my feet feel it today. And that sun is hot, as you can see. I've had a little sun. I am wearing sunscreen and that, but my head is sort of
They have
peeling.
a tram that runs up and down the beach and stuff like that, in the beach that you can take if you wanted to.
So anyways, we walked back and we had to stop at this shop. It's an ice cream shop, but it's all soft serve, and they have these machines in the wall. And the idea is you pull out one of these dishes, a cup, okay? And you can put as much as you want of different kinds together.
They have all this, actually, it's soft serve yogurt.
Yeah.
And you go and you go to whatever flavor you want, and you pull the handle and put as much as you want in your cup. And then you go over and they have all these toppings that you can put on it, like fresh fruit or
Smarties or sprinkles or syrups and sausage. You have whatever you want out of it. Like I got 3 kinds of ice cream in mine. I got salted caramel, chocolate, and a berry blend. And what did you get?
I got vanilla and salted caramel, except the vanilla was a really beigey color, and it actually tasted more like a caramel than a vanilla, right? So I don't think I wonder if they got their things mixed up.
The chocolate and the vanilla were right next door to each other, right beside. Is that the one you got, the vanilla?
Yeah, but they were. It was a color like the vanilla was a color like that.
Oh, okay.
So it was
Kangaroo poop.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know it was weird. It's like they got it mixed up or something, because it really didn't taste like vanilla.
But what did you get for toppings? What did I get? I got blueberries, bananas, a little bit of Nutella, some kind of raspberry sauce kind of thing. Pureed raspberry sauce.
I just got the ice cream with some strawberries and some of it was sort of like a raspberry compote, and that and a banana, and that's pretty much it for me. I'm pretty blessed.
They had lots of others there as you have too, but here's the trick, okay? That makes this a little different.
And these cups are big.
They're big cups. You pay $4 for 100 grams. They weigh it. When you get up to, after you're done with everything, getting into the cup and that, you go up to the cash, they put it on a scale, weigh it, and that's what you pay. Now, 100 grams is not very much. And these cups are big. So
if you load up the cup with a lot of stuff in it, you're paying a good price for that.
So we were aware of that. But anyways, we got up there and both of ours were weighed together. So it came to about almost $23 for what we had, not each in total.
Yeah, so a little over a pound.
We had a little bit over 500. No, it wouldn't have been a pound. It wasn't.
Yeah, 500 grams is more than a pound.
Is 500 grams more than a pound?
454 grams is a pound.
Oh, okay. Whatever. With it. But, yeah. But it's kind of a neat idea. It's a novelty.
Actually, it's kind of a neat idea. I mean, you can let it get out of hand if you get huge. But I mean, if you know up front that that's how it works, then you can. But it's easy to
Oh, it's
Like
easy
there,
to
there was
look it up.
a dad there with his couple of little kids,
And he was letting
and
them
he
fill
was
their
letting
own.
them fill their own, and they were just like going to
Yeah.
town.
So that was probably costing them there. But I mean, I was pretty much certain that it was probably going to cost us about $12 each for it. But you know, ice cream isn't cheap either. I mean, this
No.
is a little bit more than what, but I mean, we got a couple of ice cream cones when we were in
Yeah.
Port Macquarie.
Macquarie.
And that for those two ice creams, they were double scoop. It was about $24.
Yeah,
So actually,
yeah,
not really.
out of the way.
And we probably, I don't know if we got more ice cream this way than we did when they put the, I don't know, different net, but whatever. It's ice cream. I'll pay any price for ice cream. So it's kind of fun. Then we picked up a few little odds and bots, like some water. We had to have more water. We drink a lot of water. And of course, we were low on wine. Now, okay, here in Queensland, we bought a 6-pack of beer in cans. It's one that's, you saw it, we talked
Yeah,
about it.
I've noticed that. I noticed that last time we were here too. Is beer is quite expensive here.
Yeah.
So a 6-pack of beer was $20.
The beer cost more than the wine. The wine was on special. It was Wolf Blast. That's what we've been drinking lately, the red, because we have found we kind of like the Wolf Blast, and Wolf Blast is a native Australian.
And it's one that gets shipped to Canada.
Yeah.
It's probably not a high-end wine, but it's a low-end wine, but it's one that tastes okay.
And they've been having a sale on it every place we've went. Today's sale was 2 bottles of Cabernet Sauvignon. We haven't tried the Cabernet Sauvignon. We have been drinking the Cabernet Merlot.
We're not wine snobs. So.
No, and, well, especially at 2 bottles, $15.
Yeah.
That's pretty good because 1 bottle of Wolf Blast red, in Canada, in Ontario, is what?
About $15.
About $15 or $17.
$17.
Something like that.
Could
So-
be close to 20.
But the wine was cheaper than the beer. And we got 2 bottles of wine. So we got 1.5 liters of wine basically, because there's 750 milliliter bottles. And for that, and you got 6 cans of beer for 20.
Yeah.
So
And actually, we got 8 cans of the same beer in Sydney, or wherever we got it last time.
it was,
In
Yeah.
Sydney, and we paid for 8 cans. We paid 20.
yeah. So go
Same
figure.
beer.
I guess same beer, whatever. Buyer beware. With it. Not that that's that important. to
I
us.
mean, it's not that big. of a
Right,
deal.
it's not that big a deal, but it's just something to, we like to compare prices here with what we pay and whatnot. Of course, on those prices we just quoted, we get 15% off.
I know that I read somewhere, especially the last time we were here, that the taxes on beer are incredible.
Mm.
So.
Okay, so, I mean, we have a lot of tax on our alcohol, both beer and wine in Ontario too, but maybe theirs is worse for that. I don't know, but whatever. So, what are our plans for tomorrow? Tomorrow we are headed to Brisbane. But before we we're only about an hour away from Brisbane, from here. So we are going to go just beyond Brisbane and we're going to go to the Australia Zoo. And maybe, just maybe, I'm going to get a chance at the Australian Zoo to feed some kangaroos. I know that when we were at the Australian Zoo before, the kangaroos were they're not even in a cage. They're in an area, but they're not in cages or something. It's a huge green space sort of a thing that has fences sort of in the bushes hiding them. And they're so used to people, and you can walk right up to them and pet them and everything. And of course, they're looking for food as well. So, yep, I'll be right there to feed them guys that are so fluffy. What are you looking at?
Just directions.
Oh, so, and then we'll come back to Brisbane, and by then it'll, be probably more into the afternoon. We can check into our hotel and, do Brisbane life. And of course, at the end of this week on Friday, we're going to be meeting up with Philippa. So once we get to Brisbane, I'll send her a text message or give her a call and let her know we have arrived, and formalize our plans for that day. So yeah, he is so cute. He's just all, he reminds me of Cleo. Cleo's dead. Anyways, so that was what we did today. Did we leave anything out?
I don't think so.
No, I think so. Yeah, it was a good day. It's a good day. I'll sleep well tonight for a variety of reasons. And so here's some video clips from what we did today. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay, it's about 8:30 in the morning. We're out and about. We're going over to the Pacific Fair, which is a mall behind us. We're gonna have some brekkie, see if our cards work or not. Been having a rough time with MasterCard and still not resolved yet. Lots of theories, but this gives you an idea of, and that building over there is Meriton, if you can see it. Right there, that's where we're staying. And this is where we're going, up here, Pacific Fair. This is the inside of the Pacific Fair. It's a big shopping mall kind of a thing. It's got several levels. Part of it is sort of outside, part of it's inside. Very airy feeling. And we just finished having brekkie, and I should have taken a picture of it, and I always forget to take a picture of food. But actually it was a fairly good breakfast. It was the Harvest Feast. And it was just like eggs and bacon. Their bacon here is different than what we're used to in North America. I quite like their bacon here. It's, I don't know how you describe it. Thicker.
Sort of almost a combination of regular bacon and Canadian bacon together.
Yeah. But I quite like it, actually. So we're gonna walk around here and see what there's to see. Something we're seeing a lot here is called the Big W. You've heard us mention it before. And it's basically, I don't know if it's connected to the Woolworths chain of grocery stores, and this is more their retail outlet, because it's kind of like, if you remember the Kmart stores and Target and Zellers for the Canadians, and that all rolled in together. It's got, you know, a variety of everything, like toys and electronics and food and candy and clothing and, you know, all that kind of stuff. We're gonna go in and look around. So this is the inside of a Big W, and you can see it looks like your regular department store kind of a thing, except they've got Cadbury bunnies on for $5, ones that didn't sell. So just a big store. Reminds you of a Target or any of those other ones. Okay, so you can see, actually the Kmarts we used to have in our country were kind of dirty. And here, they're very much look a little bit more organized. So you see, this is what I'm saying about colors here in Australia. They only have three. Black, gray, dark blue, and brown. They seem to be very much afraid of color. So this is what I meant, that part of this is indoors, part of it is outdoors, as you can see. Kind of interesting. Of course, they have weather here that allows for this kind of thing. A little different if this was Canada. Wouldn't work. Since Walter couldn't find a Barbie he really liked, he's decided he'll just go into Gucci and slum it and get something pretty.
There I saw a Louis Vuitton store, so you can go in there.
Oh, we'll get shoes, a purse. What, any Jimmy Choos? I want something with red soles, yeah. So Walter couldn't find anything he liked in Gucci, so he's going to go for his old standby, Louis Vuitton, and then probably pick up a diamond or two at Tiffany and Company's.
You could make a pair of these. Wonder what it would take to make shoes. Just put quilting cotton on the outside.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, well, this is Louis Vuitton. That's what I was thinking of.
That's not what I was.
The other one is, well, I don't know what you were thinking of. How many times do you shop in one of those stores, really?
Yeah, well, no, I don't think I've ever seen a Louis Vuitton.
It's Christian Louboutin. I am sure somebody out there watching this will know what we're talking about. But what I was thinking of was Louis Vuitton. Walter got it mixed up. It's not a Louis Vuitton, but it's a Christian
Louboutin.
Louboutin, which I'm not sure what that is, but it looks high-end.
Louis Vuitton.
A Louboutin. A Louboutin. It's from Maz. It's a Prada. David Jones is a kind of a high-end men's store. And then, of course, there's Hermes, or some people call it Hermes, the Hermes.
Yeah, like somebody that buys trinkets from Tiffany's and just to say that they bought stuff from Tiffany's.
Yeah. In fact, at one time I tried to give them a gift where I tried to duplicate the Tiffany blue on a box and painted it and made it look like a, but they weren't fooled. They're too much of seasoned shoppers at Tiffany's. So of course we have a Versace, Omega. No.
So they only sell like and that's so expensive. That's other retail.
Yeah. Another part of the shopping mall here. This is more the outside part. Places for people to sit, relax and read, have a coffee. I don't know if that's real grass or AstroTurf on the top there. It almost looks like it might be real grass and cut like they cut it on the golf course, but not really sure. Well, it's some kind of ground cover. I think it is real. Well, no, maybe not. No, I think it's plastic. Because there's a framework on top, yeah. Here's another shot of this shopping mall. You see, it goes on for days. We've been walking around here for quite a while. But look at the architecture. It's different in different sections of it. It's definitely a higher end mall. The food court. I think the name of this store is self-evident. Just another shot from a different point of view of this mall, just to give you an idea how big this place is, because it is really, really big. A lot of high-end stores, but also a lot of stores that are accessible to the average person as well. So it's got a good blend of that kind of thing. Just another shot from a different point of view of this mall, just to give you an idea how big this place is, because it is really, really big. A lot of high-end stores, but also a lot of stores that are accessible to the average person as well. So it's got a good blend of that kind of thing. We finally got to pet a kangaroo and a koala. Aren't they cute? Walter's holding them up, the little babies. They're so sweet. Our second day here on the Gold Coast, and here's a look from our balcony, and really blue skies and blue ocean, and yet the real beauty of this place. Very modern looking, to say the least. Good view from the balcony. Lawn bowlers again. This seems to be very popular in Australia, the lawn bowling. I mean, we have it in our country too, but I don't think it's as popular as it is here. But maybe that's because lawn bowling in our country, they only do it about 2 or 3 months out of the year. Here, I guess they could do it all year round. So it seems like a big pastime. I wouldn't mind trying it someday. We're now in the little bit more of the residential area. Condos or apartments, I don't know which. The beach is just over there. We're now in the little bit more of the residential area. Condos or apartments, I don't know which. The beach is just over there. Okay, we're on the observation deck of the highest building in the Gold Coast, and this is the observation level. As I said, it's 77 floors up. It's no CN Tower, but you still get a really great view of what the Gold Coast is all about. All the little people down there, little ants. The ocean. Walter wants to jump. Don't you, Walter?
Everybody out there enjoying their water sports.
The other tallest building here is the Meriton, which
What's that? The tallest building?
other tallest building here is the Meriton
Oh yeah, so it is.
and Peppers.
Yeah, America, that's the other hotel. We could have stayed there too, but Walter said it didn't have any balconies, so we didn't.
The other tallest building here is the Meriton, which
What's that? The tallest building?
other tallest building here is the Meriton
Oh yeah, so it is.
and Peppers.
Yeah, America, that's the other hotel. We could have stayed there too, but Walter said it didn't have any balconies, so we didn't. So we're sitting here, and Walter's just gone up to get us a couple of beers. You might be interested in knowing how much it costs to come up here. It's 36 Aussie dollars a person, which, it's about average. I think it costs you a little bit more than that now to get up in the CN Tower in Toronto. I think it might be closer to 50 bucks or 45 Canadian for that. So, and I'm sure the beer prices here are sky high as well. But hey, what the hell? We're here, we might as well do it. We did it the last time we were here as well. I don't remember a lot about that. We've done a lot of towers in our time, and you know, after a while, they all look about the
They
same.
have nachos or stuff like that. Or
Okay, well.
burger or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Get some nachos, get a couple of beers. Our table's $3.31. It differs from what it says here. It says it's $2.12, but it says $3.31 there. And that seems to be on all the tables, so. So yeah, we're gonna have beer and nachos up here. So Walter just ordered us some nachos and beers. We're waiting for the nachos to arrive. We have the beers. They don't have draft, just bottle, but 4X Gold is a very popular beer here in Australia, we have found. And it's almost in a stubby bottle.
It's a Queensland beer.
But this is a Queensland beer.
Yeah, from Queensland.
Okay, but see the view? There's the bottle of beer, there's Walter, and there's the
And
skyline.
I'm sitting right next to the window.
And he's sitting right next to the window, and if it cracks, oh well, bye-bye. Here's something I just realized, because I didn't know this before, because I hadn't really seen a map of it. But if you look out here, these are all the residential areas of this part of the Gold Coast. And it's all waterways. It's almost like it's a series of islands or canals that intertwine. So a lot of these houses, especially the ones on the water, have docks on them. They probably have boats, and you can probably get around this whole area on a boat. I didn't realize that before until you see it from up high. You don't really understand that. I'll just come in a little closer so you can see what I'm talking about. So see all the waterways get around here. And our nachos have arrived. The green stuff is guacamole. It is not bird poop. Poop. That's what I want to say. We have guests for lunch. The window washers out there cleaning the windows on the outside. There's a job Walter would like. Fresh air, up high. And we're just about to leave from here, but here's some final glimpses from up above, from a different side. Try and get the glare off here, it's not easy. Oh, I didn't have my camera on. There's the ibis. I'm not sure if my camera was on when I did the obnoxious bird. There it is. That's the obnoxious bird. Oops, flew away. There it is. They have these signs for safety telling you what the flags mean and everything like that. And down here they say, please enjoy and respect our beaches. So you can walk on them, but you can't camp on them. Don't litter on them. Don't light a fire. Don't take your car on them. Don't ride a motorcycle on them. Don't use the Sea-Doo. Don't have your horse on it. And don't smoke. You all have this. Now I just showed you a shot of the machines for the soft serve. They have different flavors and that. And you fill up your cup with whatever you want, and then you have toppings for it, fresh fruit, M&Ms, things like that, and then they weigh it. So Walter got this amount, peasant. I got this amount. And so for the two of these together, it was $22. But it's ice cream. I'll pay any price for ice cream.
It's supposed to